Hi everybody, it's exactly again. I've not uploaded for about 3 months, and that's not because I've stopped playing RuneScape. It's because we've moved house and RuneScape requires a lot of time, and I've not had a lot of time, unfortunately. But hopefully I'm going to be getting back to a bit of a regular upload schedule anyway. There's not going to be a change in the format. It's still going to be guides, still going to be RuneScape. But yeah. In today's video, we're going to be trying to kill Vardorvis. We're going to be doing a quick guide. It's not going to be glamorous. It's going to literally be quickly, how do you do it? Best things to do, some little techniques, some decent plugins to use, blah, 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 blah. So if it's something that you want to learn, stick around and I will show you how to do it. So to get started, we're going to jump straight in. I'll talk about how we're going to get there first. So to get to Vardorvis, it's the same as the quest. I mean, I managed to do Desert Treasure yesterday. Took me a long time, but managed to do it. It's the same way as the way you do it in the quest. If you've not got the ring, the teleporting ring, and if you had, I'm assuming you won't be watching this video because you already know how to kill him. So the best way to get there is the BLS fairy ring. Alternative way is to teleport using the Xeric's talisman straight to Xeric's honor, use the mountain guide, which will then take you to here, run west, and you're going to get to the rowboat. However, if you've not got the ability to use the Xeric's talisman, then I would suggest probably going to somewhere like Xeric's heart, running east, jumping on the minecart network, which will then take you out at the sort of south of Xeric's chamber entrance. And then you can jump into you can speak to the mountain guide, who's then going to take you here, which you can run west and jump here. That's the route you're going to take if you end up dying. It's the route I end up taking when I die, which is very often. But generally use the BLS fairy code. So some equipment, what I'll do, I'll put up on screen from the wiki the most efficient gear to maybe the least efficient gear. Gear is not, just pick and choose what you can afford. Gear is not a massive issue with this boss. It's more about the mechanics. If you can get the mechanics down, you can kill it in some fairly low level stuff. So my current setup is this. We've got some bandos with the amulet torture, primordial boots, ferocious gloves, Zerka ring, defender, not face guard, however you say it, pizza cape, blah 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 blah. So this is what my inventory is going to look like. We're going to take an ancient god sword. We're going to take one divine super combat potion. If you can't afford the ancient god sword, that's fine. Just take the spec weapon. To be honest, when you're first starting learning, you're probably not going to use the spec weapon anyway. Take a couple of prayer potions. We're going to take an anglerfish to overheal. Then we're going to fill up with food. Do this a weird way. Then we're going to take some death runes. We're going to take a book of the dead, divine rune pouch, Drayman staff, and some emergency teleports just in case. So we use the book of the dead for our thralls. Either any one you want. I generally just use whichever one I can click on fastest. And we use the death runes for the death charge. If you're going to be doing multiple trips, eventually I will get to the point where we can do multiple trips, so that will become in handy. So I just keep it there. I just keep the death runes there, so I'm not giving myself an extra piece of food. So one quick tip I will give you before we go is, before you leave from wherever you are, just drink a dose of stamina potion. Just because it is quite a trek without the ring. So we're just going to run to my nearest fairy ring now. So the fairy ring code is BLS that we're going to use, so we're going to jump onto that. Okay, and then like I said before, we're going to run west. Once we get to see the bears, we're going to jump onto the rowboat. And you recognize this bit, so please do not do what I've been doing. I use a plugin called target setter thing, so I can't remember the exact name, but you can set a target and it will give you the shortest path to said target. What I've been doing is I've been using that and then running all the way through here, like in the quest. Don't do that because it's a massive waste of time, and the amount of damage you take is ridiculous. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to, if we face north, if you run west up these steps, and in the distance is like a pyramid. If you go to this pyramid, it's going to take you out basically right next to the boss. I can't tell you how much time I've wasted in doing this. Again, you are going to get attacked a couple of times, but it's nothing in comparison to running all the way around. So if we just jump into here, takes us out here, and as you can see, the boss is just there. So let's run around. So what I'll do, this is how the video will work. I'll just explain a couple of things here in a moment, and then I will do a fight, but then I'll sort of talk over myself in the fight. I'm not actually talking while I'm fighting because this boss does require full focus, especially when you have to solve the capture in the middle. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it does require full focus when you're fighting this. A couple of useful plugins. So let's jump in. You can go over. He's not going to attack you straight away. So let's start with the easiest one first. Tile markers. I'm assuming you will have tile marker plugin installed. If you haven't, make sure you install it from the plugin hub, and just mark out these tiles on the south face. What these are safe. They're not safe spots, but they're areas in which you can get to which are safe from the axes. I'll go into a bit more detail on that during the fight commentary. There is another really useful plugin that you need. It's called Better NPC Highlight. And within this plugin, you need to go to True Tile, make sure it's enabled, and put these IDs in. So it's 12225 and it's 12227. So 12225 and 12227. Enable them, pick your colour that you like. I have blue, not sure why. I don't know what rave mode does, but if someone wants to try it out and let me know what it does in the comments, I'd be grateful. And then you need to go to Hull, and in the Hull names put Vardorvis head, spelled exactly like that with a space. Make sure it's highlighted. Pick your colour. I've picked orange, not sure why, but I'm used to it now, so I can't change it. Again, if anyone wants to have a go at rave mode, let me know what it does. I'm not enabling it. Can't be bothered. I've learned enough as it is. And for plugins, that is it, I believe. So you've got your tiles and your Better NPC Highlight. They're the two main ones. I also do have, I think it's called True Tile Indicator on it, which is your character's tile rather than the other things. That's just my habit. You don't have to do that. Just does it. I think it does make it easier though. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump straight into this fight, and then I'll come in and commentate over the top of it. Like I said, I'm not actually commentating while I'm fighting because it's very difficult. So before we go into the fight commentary and actual fight itself, I'm going to go over some of the special attacks that Vardorvis has got, and I'm going to slow the footage down and show you how to avoid them as best you can. So we've got the first one, and the most annoying one is the swinging axes. So this is what the NPC highlighter is for. When the axes spawn, you're going to get, there's going to be a visual. As you can see, there's a visual, like a big 3x3 portion, and the axes, they're going to follow. They're always going to follow a straight line. So where they spawn from, they're going to finish the opposite side. So to avoid these, what we can do, I think you've got 3 game ticks to avoid them. So that's the reason for the tile markers on the floor. So it just gives you a nice, easy area to jump out of the way for the axes. Like I said, you've got 3 ticks. If you get hit by the axes, it's not the end of the world. They are going to give you bleeding damage, but that's fine. You can tank that a little bit. So as you can see, as the axes approach, I'm jumping out of the way and then jumping back into the center. So in and out, jump out, jump in. Sorry about that, I just touched the mic. So you might have just heard a bit of noise. So yeah, jump in, jump out, jump in. And if you have to tank a hit, it's not worth dying over. Next one is nice and easy. It's called the Strangle. All he's going to do is just grab hold of you, and you have to solve a little capture. although it's not really a capture. But yeah, what will happen is some dots will appear on your screen, and all you have to do is just click at the dots and it'll let go, and then you're out then, really. Now on to the most dangerous one. It's called head gaze. What happens is like a little, I think it's supposed to be his head, will pop up out of the ground, and it's going to shoot a like a green projectile out at you. There is a noise that is associated with this, so make sure you've got your game sounds turned on. Eventually I'll play the noise so you can hear it. So that's what you're looking for. So what you need to do when this appears, and this is really important, this is the most important one, tank all the hits from the axes. Don't tank these. You need to flick your protect from missiles on, and then flick back to melee. So it's when it actually makes contact with your character, not when it leaves the NPC. So flick your prayer, and then flick back. What'll happen is if you don't manage to get your prayer on in time, it's not going to straight KO you, but you will need to eat a lot of food to keep up with it. And the darting spikes is the last one. What happens with this is it's basically like the Phantom Musper. They come out of the ground and they're going to hurt a fair bit. Now, if you stay on that back tile that is marked, it's only ever really going to spawn in front of you. So as long as you don't walk onto it, you should be fine. Again, but if you do, you're going to take quite a bit of damage. So yeah, try and avoid that. But like I said, the head gaze is the one that you need to be wary of. So this is the recorded fight that I spoke about. So what we're going to do is we're going to overheal using the anglerfish. We're going to put our spec weapon on, and if you've not got that, not the end of the world. We're going to boost with the super combat, put the prayer on, put piety on, and we are going to then enable the special attack when I get to it. Not sure what I'm doing here. I might be warming my fingers up or something. So enable the special attack, and then we're going to summon our thralls and cast the death charge, and then we're going to go straight in. Once that happens, he's going to lock you in, and then you are forced to fight unless you teleport out. So yeah, just keep up DPS. I always keep my prayer open. So there is the axis, as you can see, the NPC highlighter, and there is the head. So we just have to flick our prayer to range and then back to melee again. To the axis again. Like I say, the highlighter really does help. There's one on us, so we jump out the way. We have to be really quick because the heads just spawned at the same time. So we have to flick our prayers there as well. Here's the capture thing. So we just click on them, get them out of the way. Again, the axe is not an issue at the moment, so I'm just waiting on my prayer for that. So flick my prayer on, flick it back to melee. So now we're going to jump out of the way of the axes. And resume as we were again. Another prayer flick. So that was one of his specials, and because we stood at the back, it only appears in front of us. And there's the capture. So again, jump out the way, put your prayer. So that's where it can get a little bit difficult, just having that sort of muscle memory. And you'll see there that I really mess up. So yeah, don't do what I do. I tend to jump right when just out of habit, and I can't seem to break out of it. And make use of both sides of the space. It can get a little difficult. There does feel like a lot going on. It's even hard to commentate on it, to be fair. As you can see, that was a really good. And this, I completely messed the pattern up here, and you can see a big 41 hit, very close to dying. Just try and keep yourself calm, keep yourself healed up, and that's why you need your tick food. But yeah, just keep it cool. Remember, pray. That's all you can do. As soon as you hear that noise, as soon as you see that the head pop up, and that's it. Back into the rhythm now. We managed to get the kill. Like I say, I'm not saying to tank the don't tank every single axe. Don't tank every single axe special attack, but you know, one or two. As you can see, towards the end of that fight, I messed up so much, used so much food, but I got the kill, and that's what matters. And if I can do it, the most important thing is it means you can do it. But yeah, if you enjoyed that video, do like and subscribe. Other videos coming up will be a bit more polished than this. I just wanted to get another video up because I've missed making them. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, like and subscribe if it's something you're interested in seeing more content in the future. Cheers, bye bye.